Yogi Clan, welcome back to Yogi's Cycle Service. We are back in the garage. It's just finished monsooning out. We just finished recording our last video and we're going to do one more today. Today, what do we have? We got James's bike, the Dyna, up on the lift. Dyna Fat Bob?
Street Bob.
Street Bob. Dyna Street Bob. I knew it was Bob, but I didn't know exactly what kind of Bob. It's a Street Bob. So we got his Street Bob on the lift. He just acquired this mad machine about a week ago, last weekend actually, and it came with saddlebag brackets for throw over saddlebags. But you know what? We don't want those on there. So there are lots of videos out there about how to put them on, but probably not how to take them off. And you may be thinking, why in the world would you want to do a video of taking off saddlebags? I'll tell you why. Because the bolts are different sizes. Because when you take off those saddlebags, you're going to be having a gap problem. So let's take a quick look and see where we're at. All right, if you notice, we have already done this back one. The bolt went through here, but if you take this bolt that went through here out, now you have gained an inch. So you need to shorten that bolt up here. So we went to Lowe's today and bought some new bolts. Likewise, when you take this front one off, you're gonna have to shorten it up by an inch. So this bolt will not work. You will need to get new bolts. I will also tell you, I highly recommend you use a grade 8 bolt and nothing else but a grade 8 because it has the highest shear strength. So let's see, what kind of bolts did you get, James, from Lowe's? So you will notice this here. This bolt looks like a stainless. Grade 8 bolts don't look like a stainless. They look actually brass in color. You can see Hillman, this is from Lowe's. 1/2 by 13 thread by 4 inches. Grade 8 USS. United States Steel or something like that. Anyways, it's a grade 8 bolt and it's going to be an inch shorter than this bolt is currently. So let's get this seat off and we'll start digging in and taking off these parts and putting these new bolts in. One thing we're going to want to do, however, because this is a shock, when you take that shock out, this bike is going to want to drop. So, knowing that, we're going to go ahead and put a scissor jack up underneath it. And go in from the other side. Maybe, I guess you could go in from that side.
I keep standing in the way.
You just need to catch the frame.
Well, my pan is in the way of the frame. Just go right there.
See if this fits on the end there. It's either 3/4 or 7/8. Wait. So with the scissor jack underneath, we're going to go ahead and lift this bike up, get some of that pressure off the rear wheel. That's probably good. Whoa. All right, with the pressure off the wheel, we can go ahead and loosen up that shock bolt. For this, we're just going to take that top shock bolt off. Let's go ahead and take off the seat. Why do we have to take off the seat? Because there is a nut right there that we need to put a wrench on to hold in place while we take off this bolt. Let's come across to this side. We got a good view. Yeah, the adjustable. So he's going to put the adjustable on to hold the one. nut and the washer off. Go ahead and pull this bolt out. You kind of got to hold that thing. There we go. If we can, let's compare the two bolts quick. So there you can see a comparison size. The difference of the two bolts. This one being the stock bolt that had the saddlebag bracket on it, and this one being the new bolt that we got. We're going to go ahead and put some Loctite on that bolt to make sure it stays in place for them. All right, you can see we got a dab of blue Loctite on there. It's ready to go back together. Let's go ahead and get this installed. Put a washer on the outside, put the spacer in, put that through. There you go. One side is done, and we'll bounce over to the other side. As a point of note, look how much that sticks out. This really doesn't stick out that much further.
Mm-mm. All right. Loctite. Put the spacer in, put the bolt in. It's nice having that center lift under there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Just set it on, set it and forget it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And she's back solid.
There you go, Yogi Clan. That's how easy it is to take off your shocks, to put on and take off those saddlebag brackets. The important thing to remember is buying the right size bolts. Making sure you have the bolts that fit. You don't really want to put those other bolts back on because they're probably going to be a little bit too long and be sticking into your fender. So make sure you get the right bolts to put back in there and make sure that they're grade 8 bolts. For this one, we used grade 8, half-inch, 13 thread count, 5-inch length. So thank you for joining us in Yogi Cycle Service. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Peace.